Morning, everyone. Good morning. We are back with some more art. I think I'm sorry, I have to manually do this because I'm pretty sure for some reason, my gimbal, whatever you call this little control panel, I don't know. What the heck is what is that? Anyway, how you guys doing? You have a good weekend? Did you have a good weekend? My weekend was pretty good. We're going to be working on some 3D art, try to make more progress. I couldn't do any art streams last week. I apologize for that. But we're back. It's going to be a short one, though. I got to do some stuff today. During the. What happened? Oh, okay. For some reason, I don't know what is going on, but. Okay. Gimbal is not the same. It's not the correct definition. Anyway, little control panel for my camera here. Does it work? Oh, it does work. Okay, never mind. We're good. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we're here. All right. Going to be working on 3D models. I'm going to be using as reference for my comic book that I am creating. It's coming along just fine. I just need 6. We're on number 3. It's been a little bit of a slog trying to get through this one because I'm trying to do the second half of the workflow that I have been showing on stream for the first time. But we're near the end. And once I get this documented, so that way anybody who comes across this can just follow what I've done if they want to learn. You have the entire process for this particular one. After that, we are going to I'm going to go just as fast as I possibly can without rushing, and I'm going to be doing a lot of the work off stream, but I will still stream whatever I do stream. That will just be on whatever part of the workflow that happens to land on that day. Okay. And also I'm going to dedicate some art streams to other art too. I'm planning on that, so look forward to it if you care. Let's see what we got here. Okay, well, I guess I could show this. This is my one of my off-stream sculpts that I've been doing. It's a OC character. This is as far as I've gotten so far. I did these clothes manually as a test. This is what I got so far. Not too bad. I think I'm going to go on ahead and just not use garment tool anymore. This is a an old character that I had and I sculpted them for the first time. This is the result. Um, let's see here. And it was done from this picture here that we did last summer. Well, this is a year ago now. Actually, no, it's past a year. I looked at the date. It was actually last May. So last May is when we did it. Let's see here. And of course, right front and center. This is the character that I've drawn. It's one of my old OCs from high school. Okay, that is not not what we want. I have some stuff that probably no, we're good. I actually no, you have to get a little bit of ways before we get to the references that I use for my 3D. And we don't want to show that on stream because those are a lot of actual naked people that I use for anatomy reference, and we don't want any mishaps. But I drew this character for the first time in a long time last May, and now we're doing a practice sculpt. This is what I'm going to use for the animation practice here. Here's the clothings. Um, I think uh, the shoes are still the hardest thing for me to do. I got some sneakers here. This here is from I don't know. I had to manipulate this from the feet, and let's see here. See, I did the toes individually on this one, and I had to craft the shoes from that foot. Okay, and this is the result, and that's the reason why this is a little weird because of all the manipulation I had to do. I can't do anything further than this. Remeshing does not work. So what I'm planning on doing and the shoestrings are going to be, they're going to be done with an alpha this time around. So um, I'm leaving them blank for now until we get to the, after the unwrapping. Then we'll put those details on. That's like a tertiary micro detail type deal. That's what we're going to do there. Okay, there's no socks. I'm not going to worry about any socks. I'll just, if I draw this character like as a practice sketch, which I actually am thinking about doing once we get it rigged and posed, we'll draw that character again just to get an idea of, because that picture I show is kind of how I want my art to look in the comic, but that was done without, with very little reference. I used the reference for the leather jacket and the gold chains, and this time we're going to have a full blown super accurate reference. So it'll be more like a study this time. It's just for practice, and I want to see if, because this is the workflow that I want to use for my comic, is to take the 3D and then reference it, you know, get it as accurate as we can and then reference it for the comic book and see how the art turns out there. So besides just having to get faster with doing the 3D, which I believe I can accomplish that. I mean, if I'm not streaming it, I could probably get this done in like 2 weeks if I do nothing but art. Maybe less than that, but we'll see. That's something for another time. But yeah, this is what I got so far. But this is what I'm working on for the actual comic here. It'll be this freaking guy here. We were already doing the unwrapping. I think we're done with that though. So we just scoot that out of the way. Let's see what we got here. I don't remember exactly where I was, but we're going to try to figure out what we need to do here. Okay, let's see. We're in edit mode. I'm going to go back to object mode. I'm going to deselect everything because we don't want to make any mistakes here. It's ready to be textured. Let's see. Yeah, cornea, sclera. Let's put the eyes back on so we can see the face as a whole. Also, let's go back to this mode. That is a very green appearance. Oh, like we got some issue here. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go and click on the shirt, go back to sculpt mode. Oh, we're under on grab. Never mind. All right, so we're going to take this and just move it ever so slightly away from his back. That way his body is not clipping through his shirt. And that's done. Okay. Now back to object mode. What do we got here? Okay, yeah, we got to go back to the body just in case. Going to the underwear back on. He's in his birthday suit. Hey, 99, welcome to the stream. And let's see, Boots LP. How was your weekend? We got some art going on as usual. It's gonna be a short stream again, unfortunately. I gotta leave early, but I didn't want to take too much time off stream because I kind of want to keep streaming, just just showing my art, showing off my art. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna click the body. We're going to add some modifiers now. I did get on some 11. Yeah, ups and downs, yeah. I got on some 11. I got all of Bard's dynamic stuff done. Now I just need to get the Empyrean, so I'm getting the seals. And I'm not looking forward to it because I know what I gotta do. All right, I need to get the body seal. I gotta go to get Gammayun, I think, which is the Garuda NM in Abyssia, Gralberg, and I'm getting the colorless souls at the same time for the Empyrean heart. And I already have. I mean, it's really easy to sink back into that, but I really was not feeling like grinding this weekend, so I only did like a couple of runs and that was it. But I gotta get I'm going to get as many colorless souls as I can get while I'm hunting the seals, because I don't want to farm that right now. Okay, it's a very long process, but we'll see how many we can get when I have 10 barred body seals. Okay, and I'll probably extend that and get 10 of thief, monk, and whatever the other job is that drops. I don't even remember from that in him as well, because we're gonna do all the jobs on that character. So I might as well just never ever fight that thing again and just fight it all at once and get everything that we need right then and there. Other than that, everything is cool. You know, we had some nice weather. You know, a little bit of rain. We did a Minecraft stream this week. That was all I could manage as far as streaming was concerned. And we are ready to start tackling mods now. I think I've seen and gathered enough from all around me. I think I got it now. So we're going to be doing some building and some modding, some mods progression next time we play that. Okay. So look forward to that. Let's see. We got multi-res here. We need multi-res, and we need to subdivide this. Oh, I need 5 subdivisions here. Okay. Ooh. And what's going on? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I hope everything's all right. 99. I was looking forward to your next stream. What were you said you were going to do Final Fantasy, right? Final Fantasy 2? Or was that the review that you were doing? I forget. I can't wait to start Final Fantasy. I've been hearing a lot of things about the Final Fantasies that I haven't played yet and how much people don't like them, and so I'm kind of excited to jump into those and see exactly what people have a problem with. You know all the criticism that 15 got. Uh, People were saying that 15 are better than 16, and that is better than 16, and that's crazy to me because I've seen what people were saying about 15. Um, but yeah, one day we'll be playing it. Oh no, 6? No, 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 no. We don't want 6. We want 5. It's okay if you subdivide more than you need to, because you can just go back to, actually, you know what? We don't even gotta do that. We can just do this. We can just control Z that. But you can just go to the level that you want to be on and just stay there. It doesn't really matter. Okay. We can just control Z that right back to 5. Okay. I was tempted to do another stream yesterday, but I was like, nah, I'm good. I ain't gonna do it because it was literally just more of me just running around and grabbing stuff, and um, I didn't want to do another stream with just that. And there was an issue with the mod pack itself. They did an update yesterday, and it was buggy, and I had a lot of crashes, so they had to push a fix for that, and that would have definitely interfered with the streaming as a whole. Like I was crashing. They was telling me that, you know, oh, we noticed that your chipset is affected by the Gen 13 and 14 bug that Intel has, and you make sure you update your BIOS and all that. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, well, no, I've been playing on this computer. I had multiple things up. Minecraft was the only thing that crashed, but um, everything is fine. I did update my BIOS anyway. I don't have problems with my Intel, although I think this is probably going to be the last Intel um, processor that I get. Just as a result of that, I was one of the lucky ones to have not have my my Intel chip fail on me. It works just fine. I don't have any instability issues. My computer operates at the standard that I wanted at, and I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with what people were doing. I know there's some streamers out there, some very well-known streamers that were hit with that. And that's how I found out about it, because I was completely oblivious. I didn't have any problems with it or anything. Leveling skills and spells. Oh, nice. Yes, yes. Always. That's always a part of. Well, not always, but well, I guess I don't know. I can't really say because I never played all the Final Fantasies, but usually that comes with the territory, right? I like to finish I Can Fail before July so I can focus solely on art fight streams. Oh, nice, nice. I don't know how art fight works. but I'm probably not gonna have the time to participate in any art challenges or anything. I just challenge myself by learning mediums like that I don't normally do, like 3D art. That's enough challenge for me for right now. Maybe one day, maybe one day we'll do an Inktober. One day, one October in the future, and whatever other challenges they have that I can't think of right now. Art trades. I guess that's what art fight is, right? Um, I can't think of any other art challenges though. I'm sorry because I don't. That's not something that I pay attention to. I have to just start posting again. I'm gonna start posting on Blue Sky and Newgrounds again, but I need something to post. It's mainly just me just learning techniques for this medium here. But we're going to return to that. Okay, I'm going to try to do right now. For right now, I think we're going to cool out on doing an art stream on Wednesday for the time being. Um, and just do Monday and Tuesday. And I'm going to do one of those days will be 3D and one of those days will be 2D. I think that will be just break it up a little bit because after we do this one, there's nothing more for me to show. You're going to see the entire process. So if anybody who wants to learn this, they can follow this process of this particular sculpt and just do the whatever other person that you're trying to do instead. And it's not a proper tutorial, but at least it'll be free because people charge for human tutorials. So this is the best you're gonna get for now until I get good enough to where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do an actual tutorial for people and make it more streamlined. Once we get our skills to the point where we can actually show people how to do stuff. But for right now, you're cool. You can be cool with this, okay? There's several challenges for every month of the year. For Art Fight, you can join a team or are assigned a team. Okay, interesting. Like Gartic phone. Is that I don't know. That's actually don't know what that is, but some people stream that, and I guess it's just a bunch of people drawn on the same space, right? I don't know. I mean, it's very, very, very simplified descriptions of these art projects and games, whatever. I don't know. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, we did that. All right. Target the high poly. Right. Okay, so what we're doing here is now we just put the high poly details, this right here in the gray, what you're seeing, and we just put it on the low poly. So now he's got all the details that we've started with back. There he is right here. I mean, he's African American. I'm probably gonna make his nose just a little bit wider because he reminds me of the first character we did a little bit. And he's not gonna look like that, but I don't know. I just see my first character in this guy, and that could be the reason. Uh, that could be from me just drawing that guy so much. Let's see, and then you draw an OC of someone from the opposing team for points. That's an attack. If you draw a reply art trait to someone who has done that's a retaliation or counter. Okay, if you attack someone on your same team, it's a friendly fire. If you do several people in one image, it's a mass attack. Each type of drawing as okay, so it's literally an art trait. So what are the points for? It's just for fun. You can't. Why can't you just hey, let's just draw each other's OCs. We've done that years and years ago before all this was a thing. Hey, I'm gonna draw your character. Hey, I'm gonna draw your character. You just draw each other's characters. What's the point system for and all? I'm just trying to understand. I don't. I'm not. It's not a criticism because I've never done this stuff. I don't. I've seen people mention it, but I haven't actually really paid attention to it. I'm struggling trying to draw my own OC because we're learning this, but yeah, just trying to understand. All right, so we got all of his stuff back. He's got all of his details back, and we're going to improve these details. That's going to be the next step, though. Okay. And let's see. I wanted to make sure that we got all of our ducks in a row for this. Let's see, body HP, snap mode, all this stuff should be good. Okay. Okay. I want to see something. Never mind. We're going to delete that. Minus that, please. We got to delete this too. We don't need the checker anymore. This is just a test to see the performance of the texture here. I'm not gonna, I mean, besides this dividing line here, I'm not gonna really worry about that because you're not gonna see this. He's gonna be wearing clothes. It's to motivate people, and the winning team gets badges and premium currency for the site that can be used to permanently upgrade your, what site? You didn't mention there was a site. Which site is this? I thought this was just done over social media, or is Artfight its own website? I actually didn't know that. Interesting. And each team has a theme. So for the sickos, it adds bonus sickos. What? Last year was Seafoam versus Stardust. What is Seafoam? What is Stardust? That's the theme. Gotcha. But you mean Seafoam is a part of, is it, so you have to draw something with Seafoam in it? Yeah, that's how that's the only reason why I know about it, because um well, I don't know about how Newgrounds is doing it, but yeah, I got you. Okay. I thought those, that was the theme that you had to, because you said there's a theme, right? Or the color palette, yeah. So you don't just draw. Yeah, you didn't mention that. You just said that you just draw the other team's person, but you have to follow a theme as well. Okay. I'm gonna delete this material. We don't need this anymore because this was literally just for just to test your texture. But now he's ghost white. Let's just go back to that. Yeah, each team has a theme. Okay. There's a lot. I'm working through it all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't understand. Like I said, it's not a criticism. I'm not. I'm just trying to understand what's going on, because you made it seem like all you do is you just get in a team and then just draw the other team. I was like, you can do that without this event. But then you mentioned that there's a website and you get points, and you said you get premium currency for the site that they are doing it on. Well, see, now I understand DeviantArt because I know that they have a premium site currency, but Newgrounds does not. So I guess you would get I don't know, supporter badge, maybe a gifted badge, a gifted subscription. I don't know what they would offer for that, unless it's just straight up money. But they don't have a premium currency. All right, so now this is our LP. It looks like we did. He looks just like the Hive Poly now. That's the entire goal of this. But we don't want to stop here, okay? As you can see, when you zoom into the finer details, when you're doing shrink wrap, this is some of the things that can happen. All right. So we're going to have to get in here, and this is where the secondary, the tertiary, and the micro details come in at. We're going to have to get in here and sharpen all of this up. Okay. And I don't know, something about his lips is well, we'll fix it. Okay. I think we may have just done, I may have just done this without, I just did it, and didn't really look at the process that we were putting together. But all of that is going to we can we're at the part now where we can fix that. Also, this is, yeah, I don't know what where I was going with this. I have to check and see some stuff, but it'll be all right. We're good. New ground, you get a badge for your account as the winning team, so people Got a small starter's badge on all three. Oh, that's actually cool. Okay, yeah, I didn't know about that. That would actually be a good incentive for that. A badge where you participated all in the art fight stuff. I just have supporter badges, so I would be mildly interested in doing that, doing it just for that. Only problem is I haven't posted anything since 2015, so I don't really. My OCs aren't, unless you go into my art forum on that site, you're not going to see any of my OCs. The character I just showed before this one is actually that was the first, probably because the up until that point the character was a concept, but in 2014 was the first time I drew that character. The shadows are pretty bad. I was still trying to find my footing in digital art, but um when I get the channel point stuff together, one day I'll show that picture. Unless you decide to go looking for my old art post online. I don't think anybody cares that much. But for channel points, I'm gonna have a channel point redeem where I show off my old art and explain the process behind it and all that stuff. So once I set that up, you will get banned doing art before the event, but you can create a hit list by collecting people's OCs before you start, so they know what's coming for them. Okay, so wait. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. I was gonna say you're not gonna know that until you get on a team, right? And you're paired up with the opposing team. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. That feels like that's still kind of, you might as well just draw it. I mean, if you do all that, how are they gonna know? How are they gonna know you already drew it? If you're already given the theme, your opponents, and they say, okay, don't draw yet, and we'll know if you did. I guess the time, right? If they know how long you took, he's like, here, instant. No, you can just wait to the last minute and post it. It's really easy to get around that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Not that I would want to do that, but I'm just saying. Um, I wonder how they enforce that. That's all. That's the curiosity still. Okay. We're not doing any plotting because we're not participating. But I'm just wondering how that works. How the enforcement of that rule works. Okay. So what we have here, this is what I mean. I mean, anybody who's following this, if you're trying to get some ideas from this, I'm sorry for the tangents. Okay, um, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but you'll get there eventually. Okay, we're gonna apply the shrink wrap here. This is what we need. Apply it. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going. This basically what we just did, and now we're going to go in and work on these finer details. Okay, and what we just did, we'll do for every bit of clothing except for the boots. That's going to be the foreseeable future. Okay, so there it is. That's it. The site scrapes the metadata from the uploads in any canvas started before. Oh, you can hide metadata though, can't you? But yes, that actually makes sense. I thought there was a way to around that as well. I'm just like I said, I'm just wondering. Just wondering. I'm just wondering. I think part of the fun is doing this on the fly. I don't see why anybody would cheat, but I mean, well, points, you want to get the prizes. But the point for me is the actual challenge itself, the art challenge. You know what I mean? We're going to need. Okay, I'm gonna need something here. I hope this appears on the other one because that would not be cool if we brought up a reference. I'm actually, in case you haven't noticed, we are on completely different. We're on our main monitor. That's why you can see the thing. I'm drawing on the main monitor today. Yeah, now you can't tell the difference. Oh wait. Okay. Apparently. Oh, no wonder that's the wrong thing there. Yeah, this is actually not intuitive for me right now. I'm gonna switch windows. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna switch windows real quick. All right. I want to be able to go to my reference folder without showing things that should not be shown on Twitch, okay? That's the only reason. I thought I could do it. I was like, I'm gonna try doing it in this window today. But now I see the problem with that because I'm not sure where the windows are gonna appear at. I just did a test and it appeared on the correct window, but you know, you never know. It could be mishaps that could happen. You know, it's computers after all. All right. If the upload has poison metadata, it gets kicked out. Got you. You do that too many times, and you're banned from the sites or from the art fight. Oh, I gotta move now. I gotta move all the other windows away from here. Okay, let's see if this worked. Okay, it worked. Good job. Good job, everybody. You did it. We did it. We did it. You're a part of this. You're part of the winning team, the Ballers. Welcome to Ballerfania, everybody. What am I even saying? Okay, so we've got a lot of work to do with this. Because of the way I sculpted this, I don't know. I don't know. I think I know what the problem is that I'm having with this particular sculpt. It's because I've made so many improvements on my sculpt after this that I'm seeing the problems that this sculpt has, you know, as far as, you know, not counting all the shrink wrap stuff. That's what I'm having an issue with. But we're gonna fix it because that's what we're here to do. Not fix it, but we're gonna improve it. Woo! Yeah, you're a winner. You are a baller. You have the power of the baller. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Low. All right. That worked just fine. I can work freely because I know that everything is gonna appear on the correct window. Uh, I have an old drawing of this particular character. Let's see. Yeah. I guess he's up. Yeah. Everything's fine. It's just me being a perfectionist. I'm sorry. I try not to be, but it's hard sometimes because you know this is going to be like these have to be as good as they can be, so that way the art won't because I'm going to reference these. The art won't suffer as a result and can have the same consistency. I cannot wait to start doing the pages. Oh my god, I'm like sometimes I question why I'm even doing this. Like I'm like I could just draw the pages right now. But I've gotten so wrapped up in learning 3D because it's very fascinating to me and it's fun and I like learning stuff. So, but we're gonna get there, okay? I promise. Don't you worry. Don't wait. Just relax. Absorb the power of baller, and you will be you will be rewarded. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, my goal is to do all art streams that month, as many as I can fit in. I want to complete 5 trades minimum. If I'm on the winning team, it's just a 50-50 shot. I don't care about winning. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like the most you'll get out of it is just drawing stuff that you would normally draw, which is always a good thing. I mean, I'm going to be going through that with this comic, you know. I draw a lot of people and some basic backgrounds. So there's going to be a lot of both. But the backgrounds aren't going to be so basic. I want to make sure that they, without distracting from you know the subjects, they're going to be better than they normally are. So I'm looking forward to that. as soon as I'm done with this, I'm just gonna go turbo, okay? And you'll see a little bit here and there, but I'm going to be just blasting out these sculpts um, without sacrificing the quality. I was wondering why that was gone, and I was wondering why I was looking for it because I don't need it. Let's go to sculpt mode. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I was wondering why I couldn't hear anything. It was like some very brooding, moody Resident Evil 2. I don't know if you can hear that. It'll be all right though. Yeah, I got to do some thumbnails. I got to do some animations. I got to do this. I got to do some practice art for the comic, which I'm going to use the other sculpt for, just to gauge like how I'm going to do a scene, just one scene, and kind of like hammer out how I want to do the panels going forward. And then after that, it's just me learning how to arrange the panels and the lettering and all that stuff because that's something that I haven't done in many, 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 many years. All right, so I know what to do next. I'm just trying to decide how to tackle it because I'm looking at the eyelid here and it looks weird to me. Okay, I understand now. Okay, 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 okay. Why did it? You know what? That's okay. Um, I'm always looking for the brush that I'm already on. We don't want to do that. I just wanted to I just wanted to see what would happen if I kept going. I this is the bottom of the lid. For some reason, it's pulled up. Okay, and I'm trying to see how I would fix this. This is not something that every time I do this, it behaves differently, and part of the fun is figuring out how we're going to get to where we're going. Which I mean, it's not like rocket science or anything. Yeah, Tattles art. Yeah, I got to do. I have a thumbnail for the red guy, blue guy. I'm still gonna do it. Um, I'll probably tackle that after I'm done with the channel art. I still got to do the emotes and stuff. That'll be easy though. That's because we already have a solid plan for some of that stuff. So I really just need to get that animation, that other animation I was working on done, and I have another animation plan, but we haven't started that one yet. Let's see. Okay, you know what? Let me just go and take this, flatten it. I don't think the quality of my beginning sculpts are going to affect the comic as a whole because I would say like the sculpts that I do, like I don't know, maybe like 6 7 sculpts from now, they're going to be way better than the first three. So, if you put them next to each other, you're going to see the difference, but I don't think that'll affect the art because the art will be the same. I don't necessarily need these. This is just to do it faster, to be able to do it faster. We're putting in the work now so we don't have to do it later. 'Cause I can draw something that I'm looking at pretty well. I mean, most people can, right? If you draw it, you usually you can draw what you're looking at. Well, sometimes I wonder, some I don't know, some people they say they're like, yeah, this is my reference, and I'm like, well, are you actually following the reference? Sometimes I wonder that, and and most of the time, no, they don't. But I was like, okay, well, I don't know. If you're doing a study, you shouldn't change the study. If you do a study, you draw exactly what you're looking at. But you're just using it as a loose reference and calling it. I don't know. I'm just confused because is the definition of a reference or a study changed now? I don't know. I don't get it because sometimes I see it on the internet. People are like, hey, what did I do wrong? Like, well, did you follow the study? No, no, I didn't want to follow this. Oh, why are you calling it a study then? It's not a study if you don't follow it. I don't know. I don't know, man. So much stuff to do. Yes, 99. Too much. I always have something with art. I'll never run out of what to do. Like if I like knowing what to do, I just have a lot of stuff to do as well. Yeah, it's considered two different things now. Yeah, it's so weird. I'm like, all right. It's like you didn't follow the reference. That's what you did wrong. You completely changed it. I mean, I get it, you know. Like I said, you don't when you're doing a comic, if you're doing like a if you're using 3D meshes to do like an action scene, you don't want to follow it exactly because it's going to look stiff. You want to show motion. Like I get that, but when you're doing a study, you follow the reference exactly. The lighting and everything, and you learn how to you like if, oh, I see people like, "Hey, how do I draw like this?" Just draw it and figure out how to get the colors to look the way you look. You don't need a brush for that. You can do that with a normal brush. It's like, "What brushes do I need to draw like this?" I'm like, "Well, I don't say this stuff. It's just things that thoughts that pop in my head cuz I'm in no position to tell people what to do. But I say, but I am going to say now, I'm going to say it now. If you want to learn how to do a style, the first thing you should do is just draw exactly what you see, and you'll figure it out on the way. You know, you'll figure out how to get if it's oil, if it's an oil paint, you can use oil brushes, but you can also just blend it exactly the way it's blended on the drawing. I'm sorry, I'm not centered. I don't know why that keeps. It's me. I move around. I'm fidgeting. I'm sorry. I'm zoomed in. Reference is how you like is now just to see how things look. You shouldn't copy it though. Like at looking at what a bike looks like to know what it looks like, but not copy it. Yeah, but no, I get the reference, but I'm talking about when you do a study. When you're doing a study, it's people are treating it like a reference, and that. I don't think that's how you're supposed to do a study. You do a study, you draw exactly what you see. I get not following a reference exactly, but if your drawing is almost exactly like what your reference, except for one or two things change, it's like, why did you change those last two things? It's almost exactly the same. And then when you deviate from it and it makes and it's like it kind of I don't know. I don't want to say because it makes me sound weird, but you deviate from the reference and then you make mistakes on top of that. It's like, why didn't you just follow it exactly? Because you did 98% of everything else, right? I just don't get the process behind that. That's all. I don't know. Ah, what was that? I don't know what that was. I mean this with all my soul. The internet has caused people to not understand how to learn art. Yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's just engagement really that people were after, but I mean, I get it. Like that's all it really is at this point, but it's like really simple, at least to me, stuff. Like if I see a style, like there's this one person that is on Twitch. They do a lot of NSFW stuff, but they paint skin really well. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, how do I do skin like this? I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna draw that and then draw it and try to figure out through drawing because that's the only way you're gonna know how to paint like it is to actually just attempt to do it. You know, it doesn't require any kind of brush to accomplish that. Okay, my these brushes are a little too strong, so we gotta reduce them a little bit. How about right here? See, I know that because because trial and error. Okay. That's all it takes. Part of it is I feel like people don't want to waste their time. They just want to go straight for the goods. No, it takes work for that. It takes work to figure this stuff out. Okay, and it's part of the fun too. Now we got to get this to look like that. Yeah, look at this. Okay, I'm looking at this and I see like there's some. I mean, look at it. Just look at it. Look at this. I can see this like I don't even know how that happened. I'm just gonna fix that. I'm just gonna fix it. That's part of the reason why I wanted to do more art streams because you get to see like how the process actually is and I don't really actually know everything. So you're gonna see me make mistakes, and part of that is just me getting over myself as well too. You remember what I used to do when you guys point out mistakes? When you guys point out mistakes in my art back in the day, I would just destroy it and then start over. Well, we don't do that. We don't roll like that anymore. Okay. All right. I wish I had kept a lot of that stuff too. So we got some regret there too. And I almost tried to do that again online. I requested the Newgrounds forum moderators to just delete my forum post, my entire forum post, so I could start over, and they refused to do it and told me not to be ashamed of my art. I was like, oh, I wasn't ashamed, but they pretty much read me like an open book. I was like, okay, all right. And even though I haven't posted anything since then, I do want to return to it. It's just I've been really like grinding art since then. Well, actually, not even just that. It was really because I stopped to write my story for my comic book. I was like, okay, let's just go all in on a project. And this is the project that I chose, and I'm just adding other mediums in the process. But I've learned so much that I don't regret that at all. The other side of that coin is people don't know what they want to make. They just want to be self-employed artists. But when I ask, what do you want to make? I'm the bad guy. Oh, you've gone through this, huh? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I am not. I'm not. I don't consider myself. I'm an amateur. I consider myself an amateur. Even though I see a lot of people, they're. I've been. People have said that this was like genius stuff. I don't think so at all. I am way behind the curve when it comes to um 3D art making prowess. I've seen what people have done, and it inspired me to throw my hat in this medium, but I am nowhere near like a professional at this. I'm still learning it. And this is like 3 years of work. This is where you can. This is a rough idea of where I could be in 3 years from just carving out a face on a sphere to this. It took me about 3 years to get to this level, and actually beyond this level because this is an older piece, and I'm already working on a new piece that's way better, and I already showed it. Matter of fact, I'll show it again in case. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's save it first because Blender doesn't like when you open up more than one more than one window. We want to make sure that we don't mess this up. There, I'll show it again. This is my off-stream sculpt, and this was all done manually with no garment tool. I did this manually, okay, and it's already better than the current sculpt that I'm doing. All right, it's just I still have a problem with shoes, as you can see. Here's the sneakers, and this is from masking and extracting from the feet, but this can be fixed. When I get this to this current stage that I'm on, the tertiary and secondary details, that is when this will be fixed. But this is where I'm at now, okay? And this is the character that I drew last May that I'm sculpting it. Some little things here that need to be smoothed out, but for the most part, that's where we're at. And this is the low poly. We're not even on the high poly. That's the low poly. That's what we're doing now. I'm not the best artist out there, but I make stuff. Yeah, I just I'm just showing myself learning how to do art. I don't have it all down, but we'll get there one day, right? Right, guys? What is this? I'm trying to fold this down. Like I can see I can fix the mistakes that I make. That's where I'm at now. I can understand what I did wrong and try to fix it. I can figure out how to fix it. Most cases, I think I can fix it because I've done this enough times to where I know what I did wrong and what I did right. I guess as far as I think an anatomy is probably where I have the most advancement, but I can still see that I have some issues with proportions. We'll get there. Looks respectful. Yeah, that was I had to they that character has all of their parts, okay? So yeah, I had to wait until the clothes are on. And that was literally just like a it was a half anatomy study, half uh character study. I don't do you do a study on your own characters? Is that a thing? Because I feel like that's what I'm doing. That's essentially what I'm doing is a study on my own characters, which is kind of weird. I feel like that's a little weird. I don't know. Oh, what? Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I got the wrong freaking brush. What the heck? I was like, why is it working? I feel like I do every time I check my reference sheets. Yeah, yeah. I, mean, I don't know. I'm essentially like doing the most realistic version of my characters just to do semi-realism for the comic book. It's really more. I feel like I'm learning 3D art more than actually progressing my comic book, but I do edit it regularly, so it's we are making progress towards that. Once I get to character 6, I'm going to start doing the. I can do like half of the prologue, so that'll probably be the majority of my 2D streams right off the bat. At least until I start doing Wednesdays again. I don't want to stream, like I said, I don't want to stream too much, so because I don't really have a an audience to stream to, um, a big audience anyway. Very small people, so it's really I don't want to grind out a stream for essentially myself. That's basically what I'm doing. So it kind of just limited a little bit, and it allows me to focus on the actual project even more. It's hard to keep them on model and always the same line weights, mostly because I keep doing challenges. Yeah, you do a lot of challenges, but I think that's a good thing. I do zero challenges except for the self-imposed challenges like learn 3D art. This is probably the biggest challenge I've done yet. Um, I don't know why this won't budge. And why that even happen? Yeah, we could flatten that just fine. But okay, you know what? How about we just stop doing that before we irreparably damage this person's face, and then we're just gonna have to just let that rock because I can't undo it. I'm going to have to just work it out. I think the reason is because the strength is too low, so we're gonna go up. Let's not do it like that though. Let's take the radius down. Sometimes the brush being too big is the biggest problem. It is so weird that this is being that stubborn. Final Fantasy, yeah. Yeah, I don't really need to speed up any progression on any of the playthroughs that I'm doing. I don't even consider that's not even really a priority. I just do it, you know, just because I can. But I mostly draw. Well, a lot of my free time goes into art, and that's the way I want it. I actually considered just doing all art all the time and not doing any game streams at all, but I decided against it because I like doing game streams. Why? Oh, why? Okay, let's try a different approach then. Oh, it actually works. Okay, good. But I want to know why this line is so. It literally just added another, like, oh, Yeah. Okay, let's revert. We got to revert. We got to revert. We didn't have symmetry turned on, so the eye this eye did not get fixed. And apparently, yeah, we did some changes first, and then I saved it. Hang on. Now we got to go to recover. Nope, we're going to let that rock. I'm going to go ahead and just fix that manually. I blew it. Oh, you'll see that. It's just, I'm just regulating that to one day, 1 day out of the week. That's fine. I'm going to keep that up. I do want to keep that up for the most part. But I'm not going to worry about progressing that fast. So I didn't get to do. Did I do Shadow Hearts this Friday? No, I didn't. I didn't get to do last Friday. I'm sorry about that, but we're gonna try to do it this Friday. Something came up and I had to do that instead. Fortunately, why do they put like? Why does that put so much space? Eyeballs. This is the original high poly. Oh, I see. There is a space there, and that is due to my own. That is my own doing. Okay. All right. We got to do some plastic surgery. Oh, you know what? It's in the reference too. Okay, gotcha. Never mind. Everything's fine. I did exactly what I'm supposed to do. I don't know why this looks weird to me though. There's something off about this. All right, no problem. No problem. No problem. Let me go ahead and just put that down. I got it now. It's okay. We're all good. Be around for most of Friday. Not sure if I'll catch the full thing live, but I always catch the VODs up for Shadow Hearts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They'll be there. They'll be there. I really want to get to like. I mean, that's really the gist of my desire for the game streams is being able to like to get to. Like, I'm enjoying Shadow Hearts, but I'm very excited to get into Zelda because I haven't played those in years, many years, and Final Fantasy as well. But that's like further down the line, and other franchises that I want to tackle. Like I do want to do that. I'm just not going to like devote a lot of time to it. We'll just leave it for like Fridays like we've been doing. Maybe that'll change like when I start actually putting out like doing the pages, but we haven't got to the pages yet, so that's kind of the priority right now. And and I still got to do animation practice because I do want to release an animation somewhere too. I have a pretty good idea. The only thing is, I've never storyboarded anything, and I wanted to start doing pages before I start storyboarding because that's basically the same thing. I mean, at least to my knowledge, I'm not an expert, but like once I get to a point where like, yeah, okay, I think I got this comic thing down pretty well. Let me do a storyboard for a planned animation, and then do that because I'll have the practice for doing comic panels under my belt. So doing a storyboard would be much easier than doing it now. Okay, I'm not even done with the eyes, but the nasolabial fold kind of just basically we're just going over everything that we've done up until this point. That's this entire stage, okay, for uh every part, the clothes and the body and all that stuff. We have the UVs. As long as we don't change anything drastically, like we just take his head and just crush it in this way, we should be the texture should be fine. It's really just sharpening the form and all that stuff. We gotta do that's a little better. I need a side view. I now have a side view. Go this way. I'm gonna make this more round. You can see it's kind of like sunken in a little bit. Like I haven't really been, like I said, I wanted to get this part of the workflow on in the archive because I haven't shown this part yet. That's the only reason why we are kind of like dragging a little bit with this because I really wanted to do that. But once I'm done with this, we're gonna be going. I'm gonna go for it. I really want to get some pages done by the end of this year. That's my goal anyway. It's my goal. Sometimes it feels like I say that every year. I've only been doing it. Well, I started streaming last year, regularly. So, um, but I felt like I said that, last year too. I'm not. I don't remember if I did or not, but maybe I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I'm sorry. Okay, life happens sometimes, and it kind of slows everything down. But we'll get there. Okay, let me just go ahead and just boost that up. Just kind of just working on his nostril a little bit, kind of inflating it with the inflate tool. Actually, we're making it a little bit more round. Hmm. Doing that made it his okay, so we got to change, the front part here. It has to come out some, or does it? I'll make his nose a little bit wider, then I'm gonna have to look at a more wider nose. Streaming is hard. Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially if you put effort into it. Yeah, it becomes a little bit harder. I really have to like. I chose to lock in on the progression that I'm making with the comic. That is like the priority, but I do have to divert some attention to my stream eventually, with the channel art and all that stuff, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know what? Let me go ahead and just increase this radius a little bit. Try to make his nose look a little bit more realistic because it's like really sunken in right here. You know what? I can see the problem like right here. So why don't I just grab this and just pull this out a little bit? But now his nose doesn't have like a natural shape, so I'm kind of like just shaping it more into a bell shape than the triangle that it was becoming. He's not like a me character or I don't know. That's yeah, me's right. Me's got triangle noses, don't they? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that stream that you did with the Miiverse. I actually do want to get that game for Switch, even though Switch One is not really going to be a thing anymore. It's going to be all about the Switch Two now. I'm not going to get the Switch Two. I think that's for me, it's a waste of money. I haven't even played my Switch One like that, so golly, what? His nose lost all of his shape. All right, no problem. So we want to keep it this at this level. I don't want to shape it anymore. I am going to try to re-etch the things out here. Switch 2 is backwards compatible and upreds all games. I have to work the release, but I have no Switch 2 money. That's the problem. I do want to kind of get it, but what am I gonna do with my Switch One? I mean, Switch One's right, like literally right behind my monitor, sitting there right now, and all of that was for nothing. It's just gonna sit there while I play the Switch Two, or is the Switch Two also gonna sit next to the Switch One? I'm just while I'm drawing, and they're just sitting next to each other. That's what's happening right now. And the only time that I actually play it is when I play Breath of the Wild, and I still got to get Tears of the Kingdom as well, which I know they're going to upres that, right? But still, I've seen almost nothing on that game, so that's completely blind. I'm completely going in blind like I normally do when I play, um, franchise games. I don't know much about them until we play a franchise that I actually do know. Um, but you'll know because I'll put that in the title. I'll just be like revisit or something, or replay or returning to whatever the case may be. Yeah, so we're going to kind of just etch out that shape again and probably make this just slightly more bulbous. I think I need to make his bottom lip a little bit bigger. Sell it. I mean, to who though? Everyone's going to be wanting to play the Switch too. Plus, I don't want to sell it. It's mine. I want to keep it. I really don't want to. I don't want to sell anything. I want to play it. I want to sell it. If anything, I'd give it to a family member. But most of the I don't really have any like younger family members that would want a Switch too. Everyone's mostly grown up, or at least they have a PS5 or something. I don't know. Actually, I do have someone. I guess I could give it to them. But no, I don't want to. I don't want to give it away. Actually, I want to. I actually want to keep it. I mean, I already bought it, right? I didn't buy it just to sell it, but yeah, I get it. Yeah, I mean, it is a viable option. Man, look at that head on. Huh? Oh my god, I feel like I didn't do anything. I gotta go soon. Man, sorry for the failed stream. We got failed streams over here, just failing left and right. We're failing it. We're just blowing it left and right. We're just blowing it. We're blowing it. We're losing it. The baller powers are leaving us lately. Okay, we haven't been following my schedule. Nothing. Got all these problems I gotta take care of in the art. I gotta freaking fix all this stuff. Feel like I'm moving at a snail's pace. just we're just losing it all. We're busting. Okay, not in a good way. We're busting at the blackjack table here. Okay. Oh yeah, I got an idea for the coming up ace emote. I gotta I'm like right there. All I gotta do is draw it at this point. I got it. I got it. It's got. But as soon as I'm done with the treasure chest stuff, I'm gonna work on that one. And but we kind of want to just. Oh, I don't want to crease polish, crease sharp. There's still a couple brushes. Ooh, no, not that one. No, no, too strong. Please. Yeah, that's a little better. That's a little better. That's just a little better. A little bit. A little bit. We got it. I'm gonna kind of do that. We gotta go a little bit further out. But yeah, no, yeah, I still gotta get Tears of the Kingdom because it is a mainline Zelda game, so gotta gotta commit to that at some point. Uh, but yeah, I am looking forward to playing Zelda again. That's definitely something that I want to do. Let me see. Okay, just make this a little bit more bulbous. We can fix this. Maybe up here too, because you got the little two cartilage bones in there. You don't always see that, but they're there. Okay, you can kind of put them in a little bit. That's one thing that I like about this doing this is that you kind of pay attention a little bit more to the anatomy. Okay, yeah, his nose actually looks better to me now. I think we didn't really solidify the shape before we went on. I think that was the problem. Solidify, finalize. It's not solidify. You used the wrong words. Finalize. Okay. Yeah, it's better. It's much better. You have to do much. You have to do much for the nostrils. Kind of just smooth them out a little bit. You're not gonna. There's really not going to be any scene in the comic where we're looking up somebody's nostril. That would be a little weird if that was actually. I need this to be perfect so we can so I can get those nostril shots. You know. Oh yeah, boy, we need those nostrils going. Does anybody have a nose fetish? That'd be kind of weird. I'm sure there's a fetish for just about anything in this world at this point, right? Oh yeah, I love that schnoz. what the? What is that? What is this? What are we doing? What's happening right now? Huh? Oh yeah, boy. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, honestly. I wouldn't doubt it at all. The things that I hear and the things that I see people draw sometimes, um, hey, to each his own. That's all I can say about it. To each their own. Oh yeah. Sicko voice. Yeah, I've never really. That's the one thing I haven't seen. I haven't actually seen it, but there's a lot of eccentric people in the art world. Okay, you see a lot of stuff. I did a lot of things I've seen. I don't get. I just don't get it. I was like, okay, I don't have to get it. I'll just get out. How about that? I'll just get out. I'll just get out of that area there. Like inflation. Like what is the point of that? Just, then to the point where they explode. I'm like, okay, that happened. Like I've actually seen it. I was watching. I was like, okay, I'm gonna vote on some animations today. Let's see what we got. Oh, click on this one. Okay, literally somebody is just they just jam a hose in someone's mouth. They blow up like a balloon and they keep going and it just explode. That was the end. Okay, okay. I couldn't help but laugh. That was kind of funny. I was like, wow, are they gonna explode? Because normally they don't that those types of videos they don't do that. They just blow up to a point where they're all inflated, or whatever. And I don't know. I don't know what happens after that, but apparently that's very satisfying to some people. And I was like, they don't really keep going from that. But yes, they do actually. There are some times where they just and it's like a really loud explosion. I'm like, whoa, they actually blew him up. I was like, I don't understand why that's a fetish, but hey, all right, it happened. Okay. Or eating people whole. That's another one. That's another weird one. Like you don't chew them, you don't fatality them. You just swallow them whole, and they're just inside of another person, just like, oh my god, oh. Then the person look at it, it's like, oh my god. Yes, man. I don't know how you get into that, but it's a thing. Uh, these are just some of the things you come across in the art community. Okay, that's a little too strong. About 250. about this? How about we just kind of just want to get that fold underneath the nasolabial muscle here. Kind of want to redefine that a little bit. I still haven't touched the eyes yet. I'm supposed that's where I'm supposed to start. You go from top to bottom, but I've been jumping around nose, mouth, nasolabial. I gotta work on the eye, both of them, because I only did the one and not this one. You can see they're a little different. That's okay because you want a little asymmetry in your face to so that way he doesn't look like an alien, or he or she. Like because they look weird when one side mirrors the other. It actually looks very uncanny. So it's okay to have a little bit of variance between the left side and the right side because that looks more natural. That's only if you're doing, you know, any kind of realism. Okay, I think in like something like anime, I'm pretty sure they have very symmetrical faces unless there's scars or birthmarks or something like that. I'm just gonna just kind of just carve that in and we'll smooth it out, make it look a little bit more natural. And what I like to do is I just smooth out on either side of the line and kind of keep that crease in there. Like so. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the eye because we've been neglecting it. What is this? Draw sharp. Okay, that's exactly what I want. And I want to kind of just redefine that edge on the eye. And we are working on it again on this side, but that's okay. It'll just sharpen it. And I think since it doesn't, and that's since they're not on the same plane anymore because I worked on this eye first. So if I work on this side, it should not affect this side too much. But I think if I work on, it could be vice versa. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter because um, if if I go too far, I can fix it. But I want to redefine this edge a little bit. Feels like once I've been drawing an hour or so, I'm fully warmed up and then I have to stop and go to work. Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes too. Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm ready now. And then all of a sudden, oh, out of time. Guess I gotta warm back up later when I get back in. That's okay though. As long as I think as long as you're invested in whatever you're drawing, you'll get there. Like that's why I really emphasize being like drawing stuff that you actually want to draw because it's only going to get worse if you're drawing something that you don't actually want to draw and then like, oh, okay, I warmed up, all right, and then you stop and then you come back and like, oh man, I got to do this again. It kind of affects the drawing a little bit, over time. But if you're enjoying what you're doing, then it's not so bad. Kind of want to just fold that because for some reason the eyelids turned up a little bit. It could have just been the way I sculpted it and didn't notice it. And I need to flatten this. This is when I use the shrink wrap, it kind of put these things here. It wasn't like this before. Actually, let's see. We can actually check our work because I'm not going to get rid of. Okay, yeah, it was. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, maybe it wasn't the right size as you can see here. It's very like a not like a lid. All right, it's more like a cover. Very rounded. I didn't catch that, but we can fix it. We can fix it. It kind of made our this a little bit already, but I'm going to have to stop it here. I'm so sorry for these short streams. One day we will return to normal. Okay. Um, I will be doing another art stream tomorrow, so tune in for that if you want. Hopefully, it will be a little longer. All right. Thank you for stopping by for watching the stream. Thank you for watching the VOD. If you're watching the VOD, and if you come across this on YouTube, I thank you as well. I'm going to try to continue this tomorrow. It's just going to be more sculpting and maybe a little bit of 2D. I'm just going to try to keep up with that too for the channel art. Okay. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll try to return tomorrow morning.